All right, so now let's try the other one. Let's just try using laws of sine. And let's say this is our picture here. Okay, let's go back. Well, actually, why don't we, let's make this a 4. Yeah, let's do that. So now let's use laws of sine to find angle A and B. Okay, so those are the ones we want. We have everything else except for those. Okay. Okay, so now let's just do this. So first off, we got to find, so notice we're now using these ones, right? Now remember, these are very particular, right? C, B, and A. So we have A already, right? Technically this is A. Oh, sorry, this is going to be C. Technically this is C. So we want to find angle A and B. So we're going to be using these two equations down here to find A and B. Okay. All right, so let's just write down what we have so far, right? So if this is angle B, so therefore this has to be side B. This is A, so therefore it has to be side A. And this is C, so this has to be side C, right? Respectively in our triangle. Okay. So now what we want to do is we're going to use the bottom one, and again just write the instead of the letters, our numerical value itself, right? Because again we want to find what the angle is going to be itself. So this is side A squared is equal to, so side A squared, so that's 2 squared, is equal to B squared plus C squared. So B squared, so B is 3, so that's 3 squared plus C squared, which is 4 squared, minus 2 times B times C. Let's see what that means. So B times C, so B was 3, C was 4, times cosine of A, right? That's what we're looking for. The angle is going to make. And now we literally just solve for A. So this gives us 4. This is 9 plus 16 minus 2 times 3 is 6 times 4 is 24. Cosine A, right? All right, so collect like terms. 9 plus 16 is 25. Now, this is something I'm not sure why people don't understand this concept, right? You actually don't subtract here, right? Hopefully you guys understand that. This is attached to a cosine. This is multiplication, so you actually will not subtract here, right? You want to solve for this, so you can't put these together. So the only thing you can do is subtract 25 to both sides. This is minus 21. Okay. And now divide it over, so you get 21 over 24 is equal to cosine of A. Now remember, we want A by itself, right? So what we have to do is solve for A. Well, we talked about this, right? So how do we get rid of cosine? Well, we can cancel it by doing its reciprocal, or the inverse, or use cosine inverse. So how we're going to do this to cancel this out is we're going to do cosine inverse of both sides. So it's going to look like this. Like that. And what this does is, remember, because these are complete opposites, they literally just cancel each other out, and we just get A itself on that side, which is what we want. So the angle of A is whatever cosine inverse of 21 over 24 actually is. And again, just like the one on top, you're going to leave it just like that. Okay, so essentially, you should never need any calculators when it comes to these sections because it's purely algebra based when it comes to it. Okay? Now, here's the problem. We only need one, right? Now we have to do the same thing for B. But the good news is it's identically the same work, right? It's the exact same process because notice they're very unique to one another, right? So now we're just going to use the middle one itself. So it's going to be B squared. So it's going to be a 3 squared, so that's 3 squared is equal to A squared plus C squared. So A squared is 2 squared plus C is 4 squared. And again, minus 2 times A times C times cosine B. Well, it's very similar, right? Just, numbers change here and there, but it's going to be the same exact work when it comes to it. So it's going to be 9, 4, 16, and this is going to be 2 times 2 is 8. 8 times 4 is, oh, one more time that. 2 times 2 is 4, times 4 is 16. Okay. Adding together, this is going to be 20. Subtract the 20 over, so that gives you negative 11. And then dividing that over. So like I said, right, it's very similar. So once you have one down, the other one's going to be identically the same. So notice the same exact what we just did. And basically we're at this point here, right? So same process, right? To get rid of it, we just do cosine inverse of this. And that's going to be our angle B right there. So like I said, laws of sine is a little lengthier, right? When it comes to, laws of sine is pretty straightforward, cross multiply. Here, however, when you actually, need to find the angle, it can get pretty tricky and pretty lengthy, just, but, it's just purely algebra, right? Nothing too difficult when it comes to it. Okay. All right. So let's try the next two in the back, just for extra practice. Okay. So why don't you guys try these two questions here? So let me give you guys the triangle. So that's the first one. That's 35 degrees, 15 degrees. So that's using laws of sine. Okay. And the bottom one here, use this one. So why don't you guys try these two problems here out. Okay. So the top one, you can use laws of sine. Bottom one, you can use laws of cosine. So I'll give you 3, 2, 1, pause. We'll do them together. So 3, 2, 1, pause. Okay, so hopefully you guys tried them. Now let's try them together, right? So again, laws of sine is pretty straightforward, right? We just got to write down our information down. So we have sine of A. So we got to figure out what A, B, and C is respectively going to be. So this is side A here. So therefore the opposite is going to be here. So this is A here. Therefore this has to be B. Okay. This is going to be little c, right? So when it comes to our equation, sine A, so sine of 35 degrees over A must equal sine of capital P, so 15, over B. And then finally, sine of something over 5. Now, same process, right? If that's 35 and that's 15, now we can find C just going by 180, right? So 180 minus 35 minus 15 is 130. So angle C must equal 130. And again, hopefully you notice, right? None of these are on our unit circle. So we can't use our unit circle to help us simplify this much more. But it's the same process, right? So if you want, you could just cover that up. And we could just cross multiply to find side B. So cross multiplying here gives you 5 times this is equal to B times that. And then we just solve for B, so just divide it over. And we're halfway done with the problem. Right? And now we can do the last ones, right? First and last, and just cross multiply the same portion. So A times that, so A times sine of 135, or so 130 is equal to 5 times sine of 35. And then same template, right? And there we go.